Have you ever felt like you were living out of sync with the world? As if work, routine, and the conventional structures that uphold society simply didn't resonate with who you are? For some, this feeling goes far beyond mere dissatisfaction or a fleeting discomfort. It is something that touches the depths of the soul, a reminder that you were called to something far greater than what you were taught to accept as normal. Why do so many chosen ones, those who carry within themselves a unique spiritual mission, feel that they cannot adapt to regular jobs? Could it simply be a matter of personality, or is it a direct manifestation of a divine purpose? The difficulty that chosen ones face in regular jobs is not merely psychological or emotional. It has deep roots in the vibrational essence of these individuals. Chosen ones carry a unique energy, expansive, free, and highly sensitive. This energy connects with the divine, with creativity, and with transformation. Now, imagine this energy being placed within a rigid structure, like that of a conventional job, where schedules, repetitive tasks, and often dehumanizing goals dictate the rhythm. Can you see the conflict? The traditional work system was designed for efficiency, productivity, and control. It operates like a vast machine, where each person must perform a specific role, almost like a cog in the wheel. For most people, this may suffice. But for chosen ones, it's like trying to fit a triangular piece into a square space. No matter how much you try, something will always feel out of place. One of the main factors causing this misalignment is routine. Chosen ones are driven by inspiration and purpose. They need to feel that what they are doing has meaning, that their energy is being used for something greater. In a conventional job, where repetition and monotony prevail, this feeling is quickly replaced by apathy and disconnection. Have you ever felt as though your energy was being drained, even when there wasn't much physical effort involved? Additionally, chosen ones possess a much higher energetic sensitivity than most people. They easily absorb the vibrations around them. In many work environments, this sensitivity can become a burden. Competitiveness, excessive demands, inflated egos, and constant tensions create a dense atmosphere that, for the chosen ones, is almost unbearable. It's like trying to breathe in a smoke-filled room. Even if you endure it for a while, it will eventually affect your physical and spiritual health. Another significant point is that many traditional jobs are based on goals that have little or nothing to do with human well-being or creating a positive impact in the world. For a chosen one, this creates a sense of emptiness. They often ask themselves, "Why am I doing this? What is the purpose of this for the world or for my life?" This disconnection is a clear sign that their souls are seeking something more aligned with their purpose. This incompatibility is not a flaw of the chosen ones. On the contrary, it is a reflection of the greatness of their mission. For them, the calling is not about conforming but about transforming. And how can one transform something while being trapped in a structure that stifles their essence? A conventional job also tends to limit creative freedom, something essential for those born to lead change. Chosen ones need space to innovate, to think outside the box, and to bring forth ideas that challenge the status quo. When they are forced to conform to a set of rules and guidelines that don't resonate with their nature, they experience a sense of imprisonment, even if there are no physical bars around them. There is yet another factor weighing in this equation. Chosen ones carry a worldview that is broader and more interconnected. They cannot find fulfillment solely in material results. Their soul seeks something deeper, something that resonates with collective well-being, spiritual evolution, and unconditional love. Jobs that revolve around profit, financial goals, or external validation are like food without nutrients for these souls. They may sustain them for a time but will never truly nourish them. And what about the emotional impact? Many chosen ones report a constant feeling of exhaustion, as if, day after day, they were betraying themselves. Have you ever felt this way? Waking up and realizing that you are going against your values and purpose can be devastating. It's like carrying an invisible but incredibly oppressive weight. This internal conflict can even manifest physically. Many chosen ones develop symptoms such as anxiety, insomnia, chronic fatigue, or even autoimmune diseases. This is because the soul is sending signals to the body that something is out of alignment. But is the solution to abandon everything and pursue a completely new path? Or is it possible to find balance within the chaos? The key to understanding this incompatibility lies in recognizing that it is not a mistake but a guide. When you feel like you don't belong in a certain place, it is your soul indicating that there is something greater waiting for you. But how do you know what the next step is? The chosen ones did not come into the world by chance. They carry within themselves a mission that transcends common understanding. These are people who have the ability to see beyond appearances, to perceive the subtleties of life, and to connect with what truly matters. Their purpose is deeply rooted in their spiritual essence, and for that reason, their actions have the power to directly impact the lives of those around them. But what does it really mean to have such a grand mission? The first defining characteristic of the chosen ones is the desire to serve, but not in the sense of submission. For them, serving is synonymous with contributing, touching lives, and leaving the world a little better than they found it. This need is intrinsic, something that vibrates in their soul. They feel complete when they manage to align their gifts and talents with something that resonates with their inner truth and, at the same time, positively impacts the lives of others. On the other hand, the world we live in today often places barriers in the way of manifesting this purpose. Modern society values competition, individualism, and the accumulation of material goods, principles that are entirely misaligned with the energy of the chosen ones. Have you ever noticed how there seems to be a disconnection between what is considered success and what truly brings fulfillment? The chosen ones see success differently. For them, success is not about accumulating wealth or status, but about living a life aligned with purpose, where their actions are guided by love, authenticity, and truth. That is why they so often feel out of place. While the world seems to be racing towards something external, they are searching for something internal. This search, however, is not easy. The spiritual calling requires courage, determination, and above all, faith. To fulfill their mission, the chosen ones often need to break free from established patterns, whether familial, cultural, or societal. They are the ones who dare to question, does this really make sense to me? Or am I just following what I was told is right? At the same time, the chosen ones possess unique gifts that set them apart. They may have a powerful intuition, the ability to heal with words or gestures, or even a creative vision that inspires others. These abilities are not random. They are tools given by the universe so they can fulfill their mission. However, many chosen ones spend years ignoring or underestimating these gifts, believing they are mere coincidences or of little value. Another essential aspect of the chosen one's purpose is their ability to transform. They are agents of change, those who enter an environment and, in some way, alter the energy of the place. This can be done through words, actions, or even their mere presence. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to light up a room simply by being there? This is typical of the chosen ones. However, this transformative mission also comes with challenges. Often, the chosen ones face resistance from the world. People who don't understand their vision may criticize them or even try to discourage them. This resistance is not a sign that they are on the wrong path, but, on the contrary, a reminder that their mission is necessary. After all, transforming what is stagnant always generates discomfort, but it is this discomfort that prepares the ground for something new. The purpose of the chosen ones is not just individual. It is connected to something greater. Each of them is like a piece of a divine puzzle, and together, they have the power to change the course of humanity. However, for this to happen, each chosen one must find their unique role and carry it out with dedication and courage. But how can one discover this role? This is a question that torments many chosen ones. The answer, most of the time, lies in self-knowledge. It is necessary to dive deep into oneself, exploring one's talents, passions, and deepest desires. Ask yourself, what can I offer the world that only I am capable of doing? It may seem like a simple question, but it is one of the most powerful you can ask on your journey. Another important point is that the purpose of the chosen ones is never separated from love. Everything they do, whether teaching, healing, creating, or leading, is guided by love for others and the desire to bring light where there is darkness. It is this love that gives meaning to their actions and inspires others to do the same. The chosen ones also have a special connection with the divine. They feel on a deep level that they are not alone, that there is a greater force guiding and protecting them. This connection is one of their greatest sources of strength on their journey, as it helps them overcome challenges and stay aligned with their mission, even in the most difficult moments. Finally, It is important to remember that the purpose of the chosen ones is not something fixed. It evolves over time, just as they themselves do. Often, what seems like the final destination is just a stage along the way. And this is not a bad thing. It is, in fact, an opportunity for constant growth. But can the chosen ones truly live in accordance with their purpose in such a chaotic and challenging world? The chosen ones face unique and often invisible barriers in their journey. Although their spiritual connection and purpose guide them, the practical world imposes challenges that, if misunderstood, can destabilize them. After all, how can one align a divine mission with a reality that demands deadlines, goals, and immediate results? One of the greatest practical challenges is the fear of judgment. Many chosen ones have revolutionary ideas but hesitate to share them for fear of being misunderstood or ridiculed. And this concern is not unfounded. The world, for the most part, tends to reject what it does not understand. Ideas outside the norm are seen as threats to the established order. Therefore, it is common for chosen ones to internalize doubts. What if I'm wrong? What if no one understands my vision? Another point of conflict is related to financial stability. In a world where survival depends on material resources, many chosen ones feel trapped between two extremes: working in something that does not resonate with their essence or taking risks in pursuit of their purpose. This dilemma is especially heavy because, contrary to popular belief, the path of purpose rarely brings immediate rewards. It requires time, patience, and an enormous amount of faith. In addition, resistance to failure is a constant challenge. Chosen ones are driven by passion and their connection with the divine, but this does not make them immune to the difficulties of practical life. Projects may not turn out as expected, doors may close, and the lack of support can make them feel as if they are fighting alone. Have you ever felt as though the universe was testing you, even when you seem to be on the right path? This feeling is common among the chosen ones, but it carries an important lesson. Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth and realignment. Another issue stems from the tendency towards self-sabotage. Many chosen ones, because they carry such an elevated vision of themselves and their mission, end up creating patterns of perfectionism that become paralyzing. They believe they need to be completely ready before taking the first step, forgetting that the spiritual journey is built in imperfection. Are you delaying your dreams because you feel you are not good enough yet? A challenge often underestimated is the dispersion of energy. Because they are connected to so many ideas, possibilities, and inspirations, chosen ones may struggle to focus on a single project or path. They often feel overwhelmed, as if they are trying to accomplish many things at once without truly progressing in any of them. This dispersion can lead to frustration and the false sense of failure. But perhaps the greatest practical challenge is dealing with others' expectations. Society, family, and even friends often project their own ideas of success onto the chosen ones, expecting them to follow safer, more traditional paths. This creates an invisible but constant pressure that can pull them away from their essence. How can one say no to these expectations without feeling guilty? Another critical point is the difficulty in balancing spirituality and materiality. Many chosen ones hold the belief that money or material resources are incompatible with a spiritual life. This perspective leads them to reject opportunities or feel guilty when they achieve financial success, even when it is legitimate. However, this imbalance can prevent them from reaching their full potential. Money, when used with pure intention, can be a powerful tool to amplify their mission. Practical challenges also involve the physical body itself. Because they carry a high vibrational energy, chosen ones often neglect their physical needs. It is common for them to prioritize spiritual and emotional matters, ignoring physical signals such as fatigue, pain, or illness. However, the spiritual journey can only be fully carried out when the body, mind, and spirit are in harmony. Finally, there is the challenge of isolation. Many chosen ones feel they are alone in their journey, as though no one around them can understand what they are going through. This sense of loneliness can be overwhelming, especially during moments of doubt and uncertainty. However, it is important to remember that isolation can also be an opportunity for self-knowledge and inner strengthening. Faced with so many challenges, one essential question arises: how can the chosen ones overcome these barriers without abandoning their mission? The energetic sensitivity of the chosen ones is one of the most striking aspects of their journey, but also one of the most challenging to manage. This trait goes beyond feeling emotions or vibrations. It is a unique ability to perceive and transform the energies around them. However, when misunderstood or poorly managed, this gift can become a genuine trap. The chosen ones act as transmitters and transformers of energy. They have the ability to absorb dense vibrations from an environment or from others and transmute them into something lighter and more positive. Have you noticed how, in many situations, you feel the weight of a room upon entering, and after some time, the atmosphere seems to improve? That is the subtle work of the transformative energy of the chosen ones. But the question is, at what cost? This energetic exchange, when it happens unconsciously, can lead to profound exhaustion. The chosen ones often carry emotional burdens that are not their own, like a sponge that absorbs everything around it. It is common for them to feel drained by the end of the day, even if they have done nothing physically demanding. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes feel worn out for no apparent reason? Another challenge related to energetic sensitivity is the difficulty of setting boundaries. Due to their compassionate and altruistic nature, the chosen ones tend to want to help everyone around them, often at the expense of their own well-being. However, without clear boundaries, they end up allowing their energy to be drained by toxic people or environments. Learning to say no is often a crucial lesson on this journey. Additionally, energetic sensitivity can create a sense of isolation. Because they see and feel what most people do not, the chosen ones often feel disconnected from others. This can lead to the feeling that they are out of place, or even that something is wrong with them. However, this sensitivity is not a flaw. It is a necessary skill for their mission in the world. On the other hand, this sensitivity also brings extraordinary gifts. It allows the chosen ones to feel the energy of the divine in its fullness, connecting to higher levels of consciousness. Moments of deep inspiration, synchronicity, and spiritual connection are experienced with an intensity that few can comprehend. Isn't it precisely this connection that gives meaning to everything? The chosen ones also have the ability to act as beacons for others. Through their sensitivity, they can identify where there are energetic imbalances, whether in individuals, groups, or environments. This ability makes them excellent spiritual leaders, healers, and advisors. But here arises a dilemma. How can they balance their role as a guide without carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders? Another important aspect is the impact of energetic sensitivity on physical health. Since everything is interconnected, chosen ones who do not take care of their energy end up manifesting physical problems such as chronic fatigue, muscle pain, insomnia, or autoimmune diseases. This happens because the dense energy they absorb needs to be released somehow, and if it isn't, it accumulates in the body. Practicing energetic care, such as meditation, prayer, herbal baths, or spending time in nature, is essential for the chosen ones to maintain a high vibration. These practices are not just a form of spiritual rest, but a basic necessity for those who carry such an important mission. Have you allowed yourself a moment of silence and reconnection with your own essence today? Despite the challenges, the energetic sensitivity of the chosen ones is one of their greatest gifts. It allows them to access higher dimensions of consciousness, where answers and inspirations for their mission often manifest. It is as if they are antennas tuned to receive the messages of the universe and bring them into the physical plane. Finally, understanding and accepting their sensitivity is an essential step in the journey of the chosen ones. When they learn to manage their energy, establish healthy boundaries, and use this gift consciously, they become capable of transforming the world around them without losing themselves in the process. But how can this ability be developed in a practical and conscious way? Self-knowledge is the foundation for the chosen ones to align their spiritual mission with their practical life. Without it, it is impossible to identify their gifts, understand their limitations, or even know the next step in their path. But how can one achieve this level of clarity amidst internal and external chaos? The first step to self-knowledge is self-observation. Many chosen ones spend so much time trying to help others or solve external problems that they forget to look inward. But how can you guide others if you don't truly know who you are? This reflection requires courage, as it is not always easy to confront your shadows, insecurities, or limiting beliefs. Speaking of limiting beliefs, they are one of the greatest obstacles for the chosen ones. Often, these beliefs are internalized during childhood, originating from family, society, or past experiences. Phrases like, "you're not good enough," or "you need to fit in to be accepted," can become deeply rooted and turn into barriers in adulthood. Have you ever stopped to think about which of these beliefs you are still carrying? Another powerful tool for self-knowledge is the practice of introspection. Moments of silence, meditation, or even journaling help to organize thoughts and emotions. These moments act as portals to the soul, allowing you to hear your intuition, the purest and most truthful voice you have. Intuition, by the way, is one of the greatest allies of the chosen ones. Because of their connection with the divine, they have a highly developed sixth sense that is often ignored. How many times have you had a hunch or an insight that later proved to be true? Trusting this inner voice is one of the first steps to aligning with your purpose. Another fundamental aspect of self-knowledge is recognizing your passions and talents. Ask yourself, what makes me feel alive? What would I do even if there were no material reward? These answers are like clues from the universe, pointing to the path you should follow. However, identifying them is only the beginning. You must also cultivate them and believe in your potential. But self-knowledge is not only about exploring positive qualities. It is equally important to identify your shadows and learn to deal with them. Many chosen ones face feelings such as insecurity, fear of failure, or even spiritual arrogance, a sense of superiority that can distance them from their true mission. How can you embrace these shadows without being consumed by them? In addition, self-knowledge involves understanding your cycles. As beings connected to the universe, the chosen ones also go through phases of expansion and contraction. It is not always possible to be in constant action or inspiration. Respecting these cycles is fundamental to maintaining balance. Can you recognize when it is time to act and when it is time to rest? Once the chosen ones begin to know themselves deeply, they become capable of making decisions that are more aligned. It's not just about choosing between right and wrong, but identifying what resonates with their essence. This clarity prevents them from getting lost on paths that weren't meant for them. Finally, self-knowledge allows the chosen ones to accept their uniqueness. Many spend a large part of their lives trying to fit in or please others, but true power lies in embracing who they truly are. It is this authenticity that allows them to fulfill their mission with truth and impact. However, even with this clarity, a question arises. How can they maintain balance between their inner truth and the external demands that the world imposes? The chosen ones, in their essence, are free spirits. They carry within them a natural impulse to break barriers, challenge rules, and create something new. This inner freedom, however, often clashes with the social structures designed to maintain order and stability. Here lies one of the greatest conflicts faced by the chosen ones: how to live authentically in a world seemingly designed for uniformity. Social structures, such as the educational system, corporations, and even family dynamics, aim to prepare individuals to fit into established patterns. These structures value rule following, repetitive behaviors, and predictability. But how can someone born to transform and innovate thrive in an environment that demands conformity? From an early age, many chosen ones feel out of place. School, for example, is one of the first places where this conflict emerges. The traditional educational system, with its emphasis on grades, fixed schedules, and rigid standards, tends to stifle creativity and freedom of thought. Chosen ones are often labeled as rebellious or troublesome, when, in reality, they are simply resisting something that doesn't resonate with their essence. Have you ever felt that your way of thinking or acting was seen as a problem, when it was really just different? As they reach adulthood, this conflict intensifies. Traditional jobs demand subordination to hierarchies, completion of specific tasks, and adherence to fixed schedules. For the chosen ones, these demands can become suffocating, not because they are incapable of meeting them, but because they go against the freedom their soul craves. Additionally, societal expectations around success and material stability can place the chosen ones in a delicate position. Many feel pressured to follow a more conventional path, such as holding a steady job, building a family, or accumulating possessions, even when these things go against their deepest values. Does stability always have to come at the cost of inner freedom? This conflict also manifests in how chosen ones perceive time. While the world insists on goals, deadlines, and constant productivity, The chosen ones often feel that their creativity and inspiration arise in a fluid, almost unpredictable manner. This disconnect from the social clock can make them seem irresponsible or out of sync, but it is, in truth, a reflection of their connection to a more intuitive and less linear energy. On the other hand, the chosen ones also understand the importance of structures, but in a different way. To them, rules and systems should not be used to limit but to support and facilitate creative freedom. This perspective often leads them to seek new forms of organization, whether in work, personal relationships, or collective projects. By nature, they are architects of change. However, living outside the norms is not easy. It is common for the chosen ones to face resistance, criticism, and, often, exclusion. People around them may question their choices, trying to pull them back onto the safe path. This can create a sense of isolation and even internal doubt. Should I conform? Am I wrong for wanting something different? Despite this, the chosen ones possess an inner strength that drives them forward. On a deep level, they understand that their freedom is not just for themselves but to inspire and pave the way for others who also feel this call. After all, how can someone lead change if they are bound by the same chains they seek to break? Another significant point is that the chosen ones often become natural leaders in their communities. Their refusal to conform inspires others to question their own realities. However, this also requires courage, as being a dissenting voice in a world that values uniformity demands resilience and self-confidence. Ultimately, the real challenge is not to completely reject social structures, but to find ways to navigate them without losing their essence. The chosen ones must learn to balance their need for freedom with the reality of living in a world that, to some extent, requires organization and cooperation. But is it possible to create a space where freedom and structure coexist harmoniously? At the heart of the chosen one's journey lies a constant search for something greater. This search is not merely spiritual curiosity or a desire for answers. It is a visceral need to reconnect with the divine, the source of all that exists. For the chosen ones, this connection is not a luxury or a hobby but the foundation of their entire existence. Reconnecting with the divine means, above all, remembering who you are. In a world that constantly distracts us with external demands, the chosen ones often feel disconnected from their essence. This disconnection is painful, as though something essential is missing, even when everything seems to be fine. Have you ever felt as if you were searching for something you cannot name, but that is vital for your happiness? This connection is also the main source of strength and inspiration for the chosen ones. When they are aligned with the divine, their actions flow naturally, as if guided by an invisible force. Doubts diminish, fears lose their power, and a sense of peace takes over. It's no surprise that moments of greatest clarity often emerge after prayer, meditation, or deep introspection. On the other hand, when this connection is weakened, the chosen ones feel the impact in every area of their lives. Decisions become confusing, the physical body begins to show signs of imbalance, and the feeling of being lost can become overwhelming. This distance is not a punishment, but a reminder that it's time to return to the source. One of the greatest challenges for the chosen ones is finding time for this reconnection amidst the demands of daily life. In a fast-paced world where everything seems urgent, how can they prioritize moments of silence and communion with the divine? Moreover, this reconnection is not about seeking something external. The divine is not in a distant place but within each of us. The chosen ones need to remember that by accessing their inner self, they are accessing the universe itself. This truth, though simple, is transformative. Another important point is that reconnecting with the divine is not a one-time event but an ongoing practice. Every prayer, every act of gratitude, and every moment of contemplation is a step toward this union. And the more the chosen ones commit to this practice, the stronger they become in facing the challenges of their mission. Finally, reconnecting with the divine also means trusting the process. Even when things seem difficult or meaningless, there is a greater purpose at play. This trust is what allows the chosen ones to keep moving forward, even in the most intense storms. But how can one cultivate this connection in a world that seems so disconnected from the sacred? The chosen ones carry within themselves a mission that transcends conventional understanding. Their difficulty in adapting to regular jobs or traditional social structures is not a flaw but a reflection of their unique essence. They are called to transform, inspire, and lead, and this requires courage, authenticity, and, above all, a deep alignment with their inner truth. If you feel the weight of this journey, know that you are not alone. The challenges, though difficult, are part of a greater plan, a chance for spiritual growth and fulfillment. Remember that your sensitivity, your gifts, and even your doubts are valuable tools to fulfill the divine purpose entrusted to you. As you walk this path, the call to reconnect with the divine becomes increasingly vital. It is through this connection that you will find the clarity, strength, and peace needed to carry out your mission in a world that deeply needs the light of the chosen ones. If you are interested in exploring more about spirituality, I've specially selected for you some videos filled with profound knowledge and fascinating discoveries that you will love. Just click on one of them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue this journey of self-discovery and spiritual learning. Your commitment to knowledge is the first step to transforming your reality.